Welcome to the battle of psychics across the country. We were looking for people as prevalent supernatural abilities. We selected the 9 best psychics for 2 months. These people proved that they were not like everyone else. There are now 3 finalists. Today, the battle for victory begins. Only you viewers decide. Already now, with the help of voting, you can support any of the 3 psychics.
Petrenko Gypsy, hereditary fortune teller and clairvoyant paranormal abilities, went to Asia from Grandmother Witch. Just like all gypsies, she can master hypnosis but reserves it for special circumstances. A hereditary Zaporozhye sorcerer, unique abilities are transmitted exclusively through the male line, possesses voodoo magic with the help of rituals and conspiracies, is able to influence the fate of any person. Tursuna Zakirova, a shaman from Tajikistan at the age of 38, healed herself from breast cancer without the help of doctors. As a ritual tool, the shaman uses a dagger, on the blade of which she sees events, past and future. Today, the final of psychics awaits the most difficult tests. While the sun shines in this village, silence and peace, at the onset of darkness, strange things begin to happen here.
We've got 21 houses, Nancy.
Can our clairvoyance uncover the mystery of this?
There are very large papers tied up, monetary interest.
The death of 5 children in April last year shocked the whole of Krasnoyarsk. Parents demand to know who committed this heinous crime.
There is violence, that is, some sexual connection. In general, this person who did all this is most similar to a pedophile.
The final test is unusual and very difficult. Now our finalists are going to a distant village near Moscow. The psychics will be at the designated place only in a few hours. They have no idea what awaits them there.
The bus with clear vision left Moscow early in the morning. Each of the finalists spent several hours on the road, some looking out the window, some immersing themselves inside themselves, and some reading a prayer. They don't even suspect what awaits them ahead, but everyone feels it. It will be a test that will decide their fate in the battle of psychics. What?
We will do this. It's not a cow.
I'm afraid of them. Borovkov Village. At first glance, there is nothing unusual in this village. There are hundreds of thousands of such villages throughout Russia. For some time, the local residents know neither sleep nor peace, as if a curse hangs over them. Their houses break out one after another.
They burn constantly, we just burn down, and immediately after burn.
Fires happen at night when everyone is asleep, when no one is ready to fight the disaster. To save their lives, people write out the windows.
Jumped, broke my heel, and damaged my spine.
The opinion of the residents differs. Some consider it mystical coincidences.
Before that, I had a premonition. I dreamed with her that our doors were on fire.
Can someone blames unknown arsonists for the fires? I can do this with
100% accuracy.
The police still have not been able to find any evidence of arsonists, nor the reasons why houses continue to burn.
The main thing, what is supposedly this is wiring. What kind of wiring? I have glass jars there. There is no wiring.
The locals had the only hope to find out the truth, to seek help from our psychics. The test will take place in this ashes. Will the psychics be able to determine what was there before the fire? Will they be able to see those dramatic events?
Our finalists have finally reached the village of Borovkov, ready to begin this complex and very responsible test, because this time, a whole village awaits help and participation from psychics.
The involved people, and in fact, very serious people of the state.
Looks like the right. Therefore, I propose to punish non-humans.
I'll kill that bastard.
On the air battle of psychics, and with you, I am its host, Mikhail Porochenkov. Today is the final. Only you viewers of our project decide who will become its winner. Voting is already in full swing, and we begin our final tests with a very serious task.
The 3 finalists arrived at the place of our first test out in the village of Borovkovo near Moscow. All local residents are waiting for their help. For inexplicable reasons, houses are always on fire. Despite constant sleepless nights of local residents, houses continue to burn. Yet the police cannot establish what causes these fires. Desperate, people have turned to psychics in hopes of help and answers.
We don't know who, we just don't know, which is why we called you to find out, although approximately.
Psychics remain unaware of the village of Borovkov's dark glory. We're bringing them to one of the many heaps of ashes. Now, nothing reminds anyone of the prior existence in the two burned buildings. Can psychics sense their energy here? Can they visualize the past? In fact, this building used to be a hospital, and several families lived here happily. This building burned 3 times, but people managed to put it out. The last fire happened 3 months ago, and it was fatal.
I'm not sure why I suddenly woke up.
The house already reeked of this burn. It's like a sauna in here.
There was nothing left to breathe.
My husband jumped out. We always have buckets, prepared 1 bucket, 2 buckets, and there the stairs were already on fire.
We installed a television screen at the scene of the fire. Psychics will observe the former residents of this house and their numerous neighbors.
Let's move forward.
Our permanent expert Mikhail Vinogradov and a resident of the village Galina Tetyurkina will monitor the progress of the test. The gypsy goes to the ash. Petrenko.
Hello. Would you mind explaining what occurred earlier inside these buildings?
Well, this house is most likely related to the State House, the store post office.
Hospital or clinic?
Yes, was it polyclinic?
Right? And now this house are the family. A family card is a family card, most likely not one family.
Were they injured or not?
I don't see deaths. Well, I see no deaths. It not occurred during the devastating house fire. Probably old. If they were death.
It is clear what happened to the cause of the fire.
It was arson.
Arson?
Yes.
And believe it. It wasn't the first time. A long time ago, place it on your house. Can you swiftly extract a single card? Do you have this particular house? This is yours.
A threat, how it felt to me, and to anyone residing in this house.
Exactly to you, yes.
Or it's about revenge, or perhaps some other motive.
This aside, believe me, in your place there could be a completely different person and another family. Simply
chosen few?
People are involved here, and people are pursuing some of their own interests. There are very large papers and monetary interests involved here. Understand me correctly, this competition simply not protect me. If I tell you that there are very big people involved, serious people, state people, believe me, much more serious, much bigger than all of us put together.
And
I don't want to get into any more trouble.
The residents living in Borovkov village have no significant evidence confirming the involvement of state officials in the arson of their houses. Nevertheless, the version described by the gypsy Aza seemed plausible to some.
To balance the price of land so that it instills a sense of fear among people.
Petrenko, with the help of her cards, correctly determined what was on the site of this ash. Previously, she saw the past, and those who observed this experiment decided to learn from the gypsy about their future.
Our house was set on fire and will be set on fire again.
Get it. Guard you. Thank destiny.
And light up your house.
Next up, Shaman Tursuna Zakirova made an appearance at the test site.
Something back with a knife. With a knife?
Initially, Tursunov used her magical knife to scan the entire hospital building.
In this house's basement, teenagers belonging to various age groups congregate. They might be there for different medicines over different periods.
At the hospital.
They are visiting now.
The young people from that side have an entrance there, and indeed we have already found syringes there. That is, apparently the young people at least drink here. The Tursuna told what is happening in this building now, but his past remained a secret for her. And information about the residential building Tursuna decided to count with Galina, who was observing the experiment.
What kind of holiday was this? Well, it looks like a community feast.
The party was
Baptism.
There was a lively party, a grand feast, an entertaining show, tall and slender. It's something resembling a green object down there. A single green-colored item. Guests slept and accidentally in the morning there seemed to be a fire. I see people emanates from there as a man sprints out.
Right.
Indeed, I predicted accurately.
It seems that Tursumnoy managed to see in detail what was happening in this house on the eve of the fire, and tell about the details of the tragedy itself, but the villagers are waiting for a psychic from another.
well, burning us. Well, at least we would know who.
However, the shaman remains silent.
My head can't say anything at all.
Was expected more.
Hope.
They were big, but a little disappointed. The last of the finalists to appear on the Ashes is the hereditary sorcerer Roman Fat. Can he determine what was in the walls of these buildings before the fire? Who's in here?
It felt like they were residential.
Home.
However, this isn't spontaneous combustion by energy. It resembles arson.
Could you inform me, when exactly did this occur?
For some reason, three.
Were the fires simultaneous, or did they happen with some time difference?
Together.
Can you tell me how many individuals were injured?
I noticed there are no fatalities here, so it seems people survived. There may have been some injuries, but thankfully they lived.
People sustained injuries, but they did survive.
Right.
Indeed, when burning their buildings, there were no casualties. The most serious injuries in a fall from a height received one of the residents of this house, Olga X. She has been confined to bed for over 2 months.
I lived. I fractured my heel and damaged my spine.
Somehow, a man is involved in this situation.
Can you describe it?
The man appears to be around 30 years old with dark features, and I have a feeling that he might have had some legal issues. That is perhaps a convicted person as far as I see this person.
Sick.
Tuberculosis.
Perhaps an incurable disease?
While he was talking, it confirmed his presence here. He said 3 times and currently faces a terrible situation, sensing he is now incurable.
Does this man actually live here?
Now in the neighborhood.
Neighboring village.
The village is nearby. Yes, you won't tell us if the locals or visitors
I counted.
say he's local? His energy remains apparent. It is possible he resides somewhere nearby, perhaps in a neighboring village. For what purpose did he set the fire? He probably wanted revenge on someone. And it is precisely by sensations that these feelings are similar. Unrequited love.
You certainly can.
To say that there is such a person, he is similar.
Yes, to the man now described by psychic Roman Fat. All the fire victims recognize Olga's ex-husband, who also once lived in this house.
Who we think of, he really served it.
This girl was this way.
I share my life with this man. 14 years ago, we lived together for 89 months before he was imprisoned. I told him that I would not wait for him, and we would have no further relationship.
I explicitly stated that I would take revenge on you and that you would not survive. This became evident when they set fire to commit murder.
You said that this is some kind of unrequited love. Will houses be burned down? Will he settle for that or not?
Not him. Calm down.
Can he help you?
Yes.
We need to completely ruin the bastard to death.
Yeah, how exactly is it feasible to order for someone we are not acquainted with?
The guilty will ultimately face retribution.
It's not Christian. Well, what kind of help is this that needs to cause damage to another person? This is a significant topic. Why don't you guys unexpectedly make an error?
And I must admit, I was completely convinced right away. Indeed, he is...
Everything you have just seen can be interpreted in different ways. Maybe these are coincidences, or maybe real miracles are happening before our eyes. Read, think, discover something new. Well, let me remind you that while you vote for who you think should be the best psychic, our finalists are preparing for the most important thing. The most difficult decisive test.
In April 2005, all of Krasnoyarsk searched for 5 missing school children. The search ended in 3 weeks. The disfigured, charred bodies of the boys were found in an abandoned sewer. Was it an accident or a horrible crime? The police still cannot answer these.
I personally want to know what these killers are.
The parents of the dead boys turned to our psychics for help. They were not all killed immediately, as if they were left in the same place where the live boys were.
You are watching the final battle of psychics. To win our project, 3 clairvoyants, the chances of becoming the best are equal for each of them. Now it's up to you. You can also vote for your favorite psychic. And before you do, watch our finalists pass their final test.
On April 16, 2005, the city of Krasnoyarsk was shocked by a tragedy. 5 children, 5 ordinary Krasnoyarsk boys, simultaneously disappeared from the yard of their own house.
They went for a walk always until 05.
We've never had them back late. Then, on a spring evening, the parents did not wait for their children for dinner. They searched everything in nearby yards, cellars, and attics. Already late at night, it became clear that it was necessary to contact the police. The next day, a large-scale search began. The whole city recognized the tragedy affecting 5 Krasnoyarsk families. Helicopters, patrol cars, and hundreds of volunteers searched forests and neighborhoods. Parents, hoping their children had run away, recorded televised pleas.
Please come back. We don't sleep at night.
The police managed to attack the trail of the missing school children. It turned out that on that fateful day, they were seen at a scrap metal collection point. And a few hours later, they were already at the slot machines, but then the boys was lost. 3 weeks later, the whole of Krasnoyarsk learned the terrible news that the boys had been found. Only 500 meters from the house. Their bodies were discovered in a landfill at the abandoned old Collector 5, mutilated and charred. Question. Local homeless Valery helped police to extract the remains of children from the collector.
I had to load 5 children. I cried there and I cried.
The oldest was 12, the youngest was only 10. People from all over the city came to say goodbye to the children. Classes at the school where they studied that day were cancelled.
Children's hearts will remain forever, the memory of... And I want to give them the last school bell.
They were buried in closed coffins. They were buried side by side in the same alley. Only some had Orthodox crosses on their coffins, while others had Muslim crescents. Three years have elapsed since the tragedy, and the investigation still hasn't uncovered who is responsible for the murder of 5 Krasnoyarsk school children and why. The police have no suspects yet. Due to the inability to identify those involved in the crime, the suspension of the criminal case distressed the fathers of the 2 deceased boys, Evgeny Tumanov and Basham Ahmedgasanov. He flew from Krasnoyarsk to Moscow. They want our psychics to tell us what even the police don't know.
The main question, I personally want to know who these killers are.
At the beginning of this most complex experiment, psychics have neither photographs nor personal belongings. Clearly, the leaders do not even know that we are talking about dead children. They must answer one crucial question. What sorrow connects these two men? In the next room, our permanent skeptics, the Safro brothers, will be watching the entrance of this most difficult test. Is it possible for our psychics to sense the tragic events that occurred 3 years ago? Leading this experiment is the hereditary sorcerer, Roman Fat.
The question is straightforward. What sorrow binds these individuals together?
Did you come from far away? Siberia.
All right, what sorrow connects these men?
No, put it down.
Loss of children. What kind of children? What do you mean lost?
Loss mean death?
Death.
Children, how many children?
The numbers 5 and 7.
Give it, please.
They were kidnapped.
How exactly were they kidnapped?
Man, did you attract their interest? He promised something serious, like the fact that we would star in a movie. He hoped on childish naivety that they then go into a room of some kind of barn type. Then they were there for some time, after which they were killed. Most likely through strangulation. Strangled. This place is filled with dark, dirty. It's a pit.
Why did this horrific murder occur?
A mentally inadequate person most likely looks like a maniac. But before killing them, they were mocked by beatings and violence for a long time. Why is the fire there? There is a constant feeling that they tried to burn them, use something like gas burner. Maybe the blowtorch, but not all were killed at once. Take turns, as if they were left in the same place where the live boys were, that is not on one day. All this happened with an interval of somewhere, when a day, when two, what the examination says.
It's evident that all the children are dead.
In one
day in one place and were not transported anywhere. Parents call that
distrust.
According to investigators, all 5 school children died simultaneously at the site where their bodies were discovered in an abandoned sewer. However, the boys' fathers are convinced their children were killed elsewhere, and that the remains were simply dumped in the wasteland. The parents even have proof, as on one boy's body, mushrooms were found, while on the other children they were not.
the lawyer points this out. If death happened at the same time, that is, from the very beginning, all the remains would be together. Then during this time, these molds, fungi co-prophets, the remains of all the children would be affected. And during this time, all the organic matter of this collector would be covered with this mold.
This all match Fat's version of... He also believes that the children died at different times. In his opinion, 5 Krasnoyarsk school children were brutally punished by a maniac.
Well, there is violence that is some kind of sexual connection in general. This person who did all this most looks like a pedophile.
But who is this man and where can I find him? This is the main question for the relatives of the dead children.
Killers will find...
You can definitely make sure he's found, because of his bastard. Earth is not a place.
Where do they live?
In the vicinity.
That is, these are local...
But our skeptics were greatly alarmed by the overwhelming confidence of psychics.
We simply don't know.
While watching him during the ordeal, they noticed something that may have escaped the attention of others.
if a person is cheating and he is afraid to look eyes. I got the impression that he all the time such that he sucked it out of his finger and deceived.
I always say either these are people who they read world energy or these are subtle psychologists. Roman Faz, I see that he says certain facts that do not contradict what happened. Yeah, so I'm saying either he's a super subtle psychologist, either more of a charlatan. We have a program in place that suggests figuring out the nature of these people to these two men, emphasizing the boy's relationship.
Yes, there certainly is.
Can you tell me whose son it is?
Yours. Which? No, it is not.
More questions?
No. Thank you.
Following the psychic Roman Fed, the second finalist of our battle begins the most difficult test, Aza Petrenko. The answer to our main question, what grief unites these two men? The gypsy decided to get her.
Cards. Can you get this? Once united.
Can you specify the age and gender of the children?
Two male children. Now the age, these are not small children, older than 7. But that's not all.
Kids, right?
Indeed, could be mistaken about the number 56.
Cause of death.
It occurs these kids that murders and deaths happened and were relocated. And as if they made a completely different death happen. Yeah, they could drown it, they could burn anything.
Perhaps showing photos might be of assistance? What happened?
Should have another photo. A live boy.
Another one.
It must be a dead boy.
Already 2 psychics say that the children were first killed, and only then their remains were moved to another place. And Aza Petrenko confidently states that the dead were not 5, but 6. Could it be that in the abandoned collector they found more than just those they were looking for?
5 children disappeared from our housing complex. Maybe there were more children there because there are remains fragments that are not identified.
The burnt bodies of the children were found in such a terrible condition that it was impossible to determine the exact number of dead from the fragments of the remains. Why was this terrible crime committed to kill the school children of Krasnoyarsk?
Well, I might be mistaken, but I will explain how it happened. All right, and since I sense death, they have a connection. Not punished person, there was more than one person here, 2 men and a woman. But if I say that this is, for example, ritual murder, that's how I feel.
Just killed.
Yes.
What is this?
This, I believe, that should generally be 66 Devolsk number.
More show question is who killed them? This is what they are local. Where are we?
They are not local, they are not Russian people either, but they are not Muslims, not the Muslim faith. I say maybe just under some holiday. He just looks at the date. Maybe some dates coincide under the holidays.
These are satanic holidays.
Yes.
I'm not sure what happened. Who else could have killed the maniac or something? Not obvious to me.
These are common phrases. If she could describe what it looked like, then maybe we could verify it somehow.
She had said enough.
For us. There will be another fact.
Considering their attire, they could.
No.
I can't see, right?
How are they dressed?
No.
I can't even say exactly how they were killed, stabbed, drowned.
Additional question to answer.
Couldn't. If she saw how many people there were, how many children, well, at least elementary, to describe at least some clothes there.
Guys, I think...
If she saw several children, then she wrote a place according to me.
Deep conviction. Aza said how many children she said when it happened, what additional facts. Everything we asked her, she answered specifically all the questions. She doesn't see pictures. She says the death of these people.
Who was it?
Ritual murder.
Petrenko really saw. The main thing is that the men sitting in front of her had their children killed.
May it help you have patience and strength.
But Azaz's version does not coincide with the opinion of psychic Roman Fad, who stated that 5 Krasnoyarsk school children became victims of a violent maniac.
All the same, believe the maniac is connected to all 6 Satanists. There must be another child.
So how were children really killed and what happened to them 3 years ago in Krasnoyarsk? Perhaps Shaman Tursuna Zakirova will be able to answer these questions.
Moreover, the last psychic Tursuna Zakirova and I, Mikhail Porochenko, will begin the test. I want to make an official statement. What you are about to see was a complete surprise to our entire group. Initially, what the shaman said seemed impossible, but eventually it became clear that numerous mysteries abound in this entire narrative.
But who did they find?
In the sewer. What type of remains are these? If they aren't children, then tell me who they are.
Voting for the winner of the project continues and our finalists undergo the final tests. Psychics are trying to shed light on a terrible tragedy, about which in the city of Krasnoyarsk remembers and knows absolutely everyone.
These boys were 10 to 12 years old. They were last seen all together, April 16th, 2005. And 3 weeks later, the burned and mutilated corpses of children were found just 500 meters from the house in an abandoned sewer. For 3 years, the investigation was never able to track down the criminals.
The criminal case was concluded.
The fathers of the 2 dead boys, Evgeny Talmanov and Poshamamit Hasanov, flew from Krasnoyarsk to Moscow. The investigators want to know why killed these children.
The primary question I'm personally invested in is understanding who these murderers are. Precisely identifying them is my objective.
Clearly the presenters do not know what kind of people are sitting in front of them. They have neither photographs nor personal belongings of the dead children. First of all, they need to answer a single question. What sorrow brings these men together? In the adjacent monitor room, this experiment is observed by our permanent skeptics, the Safronova brothers. The first to pass this most difficult test was the hereditary sorcerer Roman Fas. He immediately determined that these men were connected by the loss of children.
Loss, it means.
Death of a young... I'm sure they were killed in turn, and later the bodies were transferred to the well, where the remains were found.
They weren't all killed at the same time. It felt like a massacre had taken place.
According to the psychic, the killer is a maniac who lured children to himself.
The violence involved? Regarding a sexual connection.
Another psychic, Petrenko, also felt that the boys were killed not in the collector, but in a completely different place. But the clairvoyant suddenly stated that there were not 5 children, but 6.
Should there be another photo, boy?
The gypsy's cards revealed that the number 6 is the devil's number, necessitating 6 victims for the ritual murder.
I believe that it may just be for some holiday. It's simple. You see the dates. Maybe some dates coincide under holidays.
What are the significant dates for satanic rituals?
Now announcing the final finalists of our great battle, Tursuna.
I have experienced significant losses.
Monetary goal?
A person has lost such a small...
The child is a teenager. I still see a young boy. I can't do it. Can I wash my face?
Yeah, hold on.
Please wait a moment and give me some water. I'm unable to continue.
They go in for a long time. As a result, she will enter a trance.
Can't do this.
Catch.
For the very first time, Tursuna Zakirova, one of the project's strongest psychics, had to work tirelessly. It is possible she either failed to perceive the past events accurately, or was simply in disbelief of her own visions.
I see the boys. Several individuals. Here's in one place 5.
Where are they now? Where have these gone?
They didn't leave. Instead, they were taken away. I saw 2 people being taken away. They are black individuals. All these skinny people appear like that. Cause
You have a car. If we give you photos, you at least something.
photos, allow me to handle them. I absolutely can.
Or clothes.
Well, let's proceed. A photo. Living. Please show me it's truly alive.
Where are they?
Split them into 2 separate parts for sale. They purchased them partly from one location and partly from another.
They were bought there.
I see this one place. And there they are alive. I saw everyone alive.
Do you understand how fervently I pray to God for the truth of these words? Believe me.
That parents think their children are still alive but have only now found out. They claim the investigation into this case was enveloped in mystery. When the burned bodies of relatives were found in an abandoned sewer, they were not allowed to go to the scene of the tragedy for a long time. I have nothing to say.
How long have you been there?
Sorry.
They were able to see the 5-meter well long after the remains were taken away. Most importantly, according to eyewitnesses, discovered in the collector were not burned.
Homeless Valerie, who assisted police officers in lifting the remains from a collector, informed the correspondent that the remains had undergone some improvement. Relatives who were burned could still identify them.
What body condition?
Okay, simply.
So, why didn't the parents provide identification for their children?
The impression is that they were burned to white heat only later after discovery.
Indeed, this story held more mysteries than one could have assumed. The parents of the deceased boys were not even informed of the examination results for an extended time. Several families went on hunger strike and spent 5 days at the scene of the tragedy. As a result, the parents learned the results of the examinations, but they all turned out to be contradictory.
Many bone fragments were not identified at all, which were not attributed to anyone. And we were told either you take them away or we will throw them out in the garbage. Well, parents, after consulting with each other, here are the remains that belong to no one. All 5 scattered them in the coffins.
Is it possible that a grave mistake occurred and 5 Krasnoyarsk families didn't bury their children?
They're alive, alive. I perceive and speak accordingly.
But we buried them, so she was buried. Yes, these all.
And the remains of the collector were found, burned there to only bones.
These are not your children, they're alive.
Discovered in the sewer, what kind of remnants are these? Please specify whose.
These are others. In general, it happens that a dysfunctional family, when a child gets lost and they don't look for it, there will be such cases here.
Now I'm coming to
Krasnoyarsk, I speculate.
May the criminal case regarding our children's disappearance be reopened. I earnestly wish with all my heart and every part of me for her words to be heard.
I can't believe...
But maybe we are afraid just to admit ourselves, to believe in these... The parents themselves confirm, well, there are guesses, the documents are fake.
We know our Themis, whom we trust for her unmatched expertise. Now we have to ponder, could this be a monumental mistake?
He laid his daughter to rest, resides in the cemetery the monument was erected, and then she was discovered on the internet. Yes, and subsequent to that, faith in our expertise and listened to attentively.
We are uncertain about the fate of Krasnoyarsk children. May God ensure that the shaman Zakirova was correct. The conclusion approaches, leaving you with a brief period to cast your vote for the psychic who, in your judgment, merits victory. Additionally, if the first 3 seasons of Battle of the Psychics escaped your notice, fret not, for they are available on DVD.
psychics, I congratulate all three of you behind complex tasks, incredible tests, and serious trials. We chose you. Now you have three finalists left in our battle. Have you noticed that I have no envelopes in my hands? I really don't know which one of you will be the winner of the 4 battle of the best psychic, and it will be decided by the TV viewers. Now are going the last minutes with voting that will decide which one of you will be the winner of our battle. Or maybe you know this is already now, even before the end of the audience voting.
Tursuna will win.
I considered Tursuna to be older. It would be fair.
Here it is. Well, let's see if your prediction comes true. And now, last minutes of voting. Would you like to say something to the viewers who have been following your journey throughout this project? Who wishes for your victory?
First and foremost, I want to extend my gratitude to everyone who has supported me all this while. I wish them luck, joy, and genuine happiness. Thank you.
Thank you to everyone who voted for me. I want everyone to be happy and live in good health. As long as I have strength, I will support them and help whenever I can.
Throughout the entire project, I faced both defeats and victories. Nevertheless, the audience seems to cherish me, and for that, I deeply appreciate their support, as they are now the ultimate judges.
Well, I sincerely wish each of you luck. To all viewers, I urge you to take another look at our 3 finalists. You have one last minute to cast your vote for your favorite psychic. Exactly 1 week from now, we will reveal the results, and the entire country will know the winner of the Battle of Psychics. Don't miss out next Sunday on the TNT channel.